go. Here we go. Here's something light and funny. Your cat wants a massage.
Hello and welcome to the amazing world of cat massage. My name is Mary Jean Ballner, and this is my wonderful cat, Champion. In this videotape, you'll learn that your cat doesn't want petting anymore. Your cat wants a massage. And we'll be able to show you how, based on my book, Cat Massage.
Based on my book. Based on my best-selling book. Just look at this fucking lady's suit, bro. She reminds me of like the fucking vice principal at the fucking high school I went to or something.
Continue watching, and you'll learn to bring on power purring and mega meow moments.
Power purring. Brrr. Mega meows.
Massage. Whenever. Computer keyboards, on the couch. Cat massage makes TV commercials bearable. And of course, on the bed. Our best massage techniques were developed here. Cat massage is the
in the lab. We spent countless hours in the lab. Like what? Oh, are they all right? Is she all right?
Is he all right? For real? Is he all
right? For real?
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this little guy. Look at this little guy.
Easiest way to produce a cat smile and is a reliable source for cat giggles. Listen closely for cat giggles. Sometimes cat will approach you for massage. You know what that's like. He's rubbing up against you. Or he'll simply give you a look that says,
"Let's go, bitch. You know what I want." This lady's cooks. Sometimes the pussy will approach you. Or they'll just give you a look like,
Massage time. These are the prominent chest muscles seen on proud bodybuilders.
What the fuck?
Remember the old Simon and Garfunkel song? Slow down, you're moving too fast. That says a lot about life and about cat massage. No more boring. Now, let's look at pressures. Featherlight. Barely make contact with your cat. Just feel for fur, like the touch of a fairy. When the purring...
Show me on the doll. Asking the cat, show me on the tiger where she touched you.
Just feel for fur, like the touch of a fairy. When the purring becomes excessive, we call it power purring. Eyes blinking. Cat smiles. We've all seen cat smiles and they're glorious. Need we say more? Chest cupping. Champion and I did this as I was editing this script. And at one part, he wouldn't let me go. He was just sitting, resting, and purring. And I was typing one-handed, drooling. In this case...
Bruh, typing one-handed and drooling? That sounds like the lady that was talking about fucking how to sex chat online and shit. I think this lady needs to be investigated. It's just like the fucking crocodile guy, bro. The fuck?
And purring. And I was typing one-handed, drooling. In this case, a drooler is not a person specializing in rings and watches. Remember, you can't fool drool. Voice massage was created when I was at the
you can't fool drool.
Computer, and Champion wanted massage. We compromised and I sang to him, and I've been singing to him for over 12 years. One of our songs starts like this. Who's the best cat in the United States? It's you, Champion Damper. It's you. Use our song, change the names, or create your own. Wishing you power purring and mega meow moments always. Bye for now. Who's the best cat in the United States?
She recorded it.
It's you, Champer Damper. It's
you, Champer Damper. Bro, this is insane.
It's you. You're my cat and you're so good. You're the best cat.
Hold on. Let me go back and look at it. Ooh, I mean, what does she look like now, though? That's the question. Would I smash her what she looks like in this video right now? You know, I bet she gives one hell of a massage. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. I'd be her little champion. Her little champer damper. Caesar would definitely be her champer damper. 1,000%.
It's you.
It's you.
You're my cat and you're so good.
What?
You're the best cat in the neighborhood. You're my buddy. You're my friend. We'll be together till the very end. Championing me.
Champion me. Shouldn't even like, bro, that was fucking crazy. How to get revenge? How to get. Okay, I think I need to know this. How to get revenge. Linda Blair.
I was just reading a few pages from a fascinating book. It is literally filled with countless pieces of wisdom. One in particular deserves quoting. It reads, "Vengeance is mine." Now that's a powerful quote. And from what book am I reading? The Bible. Maybe you remember this classic bit of adolescent revenge. The idea was to fill a paper bag with fresh animal droppings. The fresher, the
animal
better.
dropping.
Then place it on the victim's doorstep. Once done, you'd light the bag on fire, knock on the victim's front door,
Is that fucking Fred Savage?
then run to his backyard. Then when the victim arrived, usually the neighborhood grouch, he'd have no choice but to put out the fire.
The neighborhood curmudgeon.
Meanwhile, you'd run to the victim's back door and begin pounding on it. This would cause the startled victim to run back through his home.
Bro, I never heard that part. I've heard of like, okay, you knock on the door, leave a flaming bag of shit, so they stomp it. I never heard about you run around to the other side of the house and bang on that side of the door, so then they run through their house with shit on their foot. I mean, it makes sense, but that they never add that detail in, you know?
Soiling his fine shag carpet with animal droppings.
Why is he doing the fucking footloose on his fucking rug, bro? Why is he doing the goddamn the John Travolta Saturday Night Fever on his white rug? Ready?
Soiling his fine shag carpet with animal droppings. Well, you've made your clean
Yeah, I did it. Oh yeah.
exit. Fasten your seatbelts. Let's say the Mark is a family man. You know, a wife, 2 kids, a dog. What can you do to disrupt the entire family as opposed to just the Mark?
Put them on offensive mailing lists. Pornographic mailing lists such as pornographic magazines, pornographic merchandise. Put them on the Communist Party's mailing list. There are hundreds of mailing lists you can put them on. By the way, there are dozens upon dozens of homosexual and bisexual magazines available today. I found.
Oh yeah, and you just so happen to know this, mister? He said, by the way, there's thousands. And you know the name of everyone. I think you're on some mailing lists, pal.
Dozens upon dozens of homosexual and bisexual magazines available today. I found if you mail these to the Mark's place of work, you can start rumors or quickly get them fired.
That's fucked, bro. These people are insane. What the fuck? Mail gay magazines to their place of work and get them fired. Like, for what? I mean, I guess it depends on what they did. What do they do that you're getting revenge for? Is the big question.
And if you can get a photo of the Mark, it's even better. Send that to a gay magazine along with the regular.
Get a photo of them. Send it to a gay magazine, bro. What the hell? I think some PZ territory, bro. Like, sign them up for Grindr.
Was in money and place an ad for a gay lover. Then
Place an ad for a gay lover. This is fucking insane, bro. I wonder how many people watched this and like did this shit, and like to people that like literally didn't even do anything to them just because they're like, I had a crush on Susie and fucking Susie chose him instead, so they did all this fucking weird shit.
Comes out with his picture and the ad in it. Send that to his boss, his wife, or his girlfriend?
Fascinating.
Why don't you take it up from here?
Well, the incident took place on.
I mean, look at this guy, bro.
Yeah.
Well, he wants to get revenge on what? The child that told the truth about what he did? Who do you want revenge on? Steven? Your victims?
Thursday afternoon during my lunch break.
He promised me he wouldn't try to escape. And I came home and the handcuff was still to the radiator, but he was gone. He promised me.
Place on Thursday afternoon during my lunch break. I was eating at the little diner across the street from the library where I work. Everything was perfectly normal. It was then that I first noticed him. At first, I didn't pay much attention to him, being more interested in my meal.
Yeah, right. He was definitely looking at his bitch. I love how the dude just groping her titty, but also like, come on, this guy would 100% have a pack of Marbreds rolled up in his sleeve right here. Come on, son.
However, it soon became evident that he was a troublemaker.
Troublemaker.
Hey, I see a good place to sit. Come on.
Hey, I see a good place to sit. Let's push this dork over and eat his noodles.
Yo, buddy. Mind if we eat here?
Well,
There's an entire restaurant of open seats. And this girl wants to bend over and show you her cleavage.
actually, yes, but there are other tables available.
I know that, Wimp, but I want to eat at this one because I want to watch my truck. You understand?
If you give me a moment, I'm just about finished.
No, you're not. That's a full plate. If you give me a minute, I'm just about finished. You're just playing with your food and you didn't even eat any yet.
Just about finished, huh? Well, I can't wait. Besides, it looks to me like your order's to go.
What the fuck look at his face? Oh no! They poured my noodles on me.
Besides, it looks to me like your order's to go.
Like they very softly pushes it up on him. Oh no, sir! How dare you put noodles on me? Imagine the guy in like fucking Napoleon Dynamite.
I was terrified. I had
And I love how look, it's still on the plate. Like barely any even fell off on you.
no choice but to leave.
I had no choice but to leave. Okay.
As I was leaving, I noticed the man's license plate number and made a mental note of it.
These people are cartoonishly evil.
I was so humiliated. This kind of thing happened to me many times in the past.
He's like, so what I've done to plot revenge is wait till they have a kid and wait 7 years, and I'm going to be the troop leader of his Cub Scout, and I'm going to wait until the Kentucky Derby, and I'm going to wait till they have the campfire out, and then we get him away from the state for the weekend, and I'm going to do to the, oh my God, bro.
And I wanted to get even with that man.
Now, Harold here was adamant about getting even with him himself, so
Oh yeah, 100%. Blonde chick could get it. I bet as of right now, she's probably a dirty girl. She's probably a dirty girl these days, you know. Probably fucking smelly and fat and overweight and has 4 kids. Who knows? But in this video, she could get it.
In the past, and I wanted to get even with that man.
now Harold here was adamant about getting even with him himself, so we laid out a battle plan. Harold, you take over, buddy.
With pleasure. Once I had the man's name and address, I decided to start off with what the man apparently wanted: food. So from a payphone across the street from the man's apartment,
I ordered 17 large anchovy pizzas to his residence. I wanted revenge, so what I did was I got together and decided to make up a bunch of lies and go to a YouTuber. I went to a YouTuber to slander him. We went to a YouTube Slender channel, and I had backup, but we all came together with a plan. We were going to say lies about him.
I called about 15 takeout restaurants and had them send them all types of food. And I had them spaced out so that they would arrive about every 15 minutes. Let me back up a moment to tell you that there had been a series of robberies at a local convenience store chain.
What the fuck?
Now, with that in mind, I planted a toy handgun under the truck's seat, and I threw in a city map with the locations of the convenience store.
That's fucking hilarious. Gay slurs an invisible ink in the mail in his mailbox. So not that he'll see it, but it's like a dog whistle. He doesn't see it on the surface, but it's there. It's there.
Were circled in red, and a few newspaper clippings about the robberies. Then I went to a telephone and phoned the police.
No, he's gonna frame him. You're gonna frame this guy for robbing a fucking store? He's like, what I did, I put on a ski mask. I went out every third Thursday, and I robbed the nearest 7-Eleven or Cumberland Farms. I made sure that the denominations were all the same amount. I asked for specific types of bills. I made sure that the guy remembered my voice, and I wore specific sneakers. So then I found out where the man lives, and I bought an extra pair of these sneakers. And I made sure I had a little bit of dirt from the outside that I put in the soles of the sneakers and left the impressions. And then I left the sneakers in the man's car. I called the authorities and said, I think I have information on these robberies. Wow, bro. What the fuck? People are cooked, bro. People are cooked.
The truck's seat, and I threw in a city map with the locations of the convenience store circled in red, and a few newspaper clippings about the robberies.
I circled every single spot that had been hit, as well as little notes I wrote myself about the planning of the next robbery.
Then I went to a telephone and phoned the police and stated anonymously that I had seen where the robber lived and that I had seen his gun in his truck. To make a long story short, the police arrived just as the man was getting into his truck. When the police saw the gun, the map, and
When the police saw that he had a toy gun under his seat, they shot him to death. Like, bro, this is fucking insane. All because someone like laughed at you a little at a restaurant and, oh, you got some noodles on your shirt. So you tried to set him up to be murdered. You're trying to set him up to be not only locked up in prison for something he didn't do, but then shot by the police. This is fucking insane, Harold. Harold, gone a little too far, you think?
Newspaper clippings. Well, let's just say that the man had a lot of explaining to do down at the station.
A woman from
Hey, you're lucky that he even lived, bro. You know, some weirdo like saw this and he's like, that's a great idea. And then went and like committed a bunch of fucking break-ins and essays and like left the guy's hair at the crime scene and shit. So the guy would get blamed for it. Like, this is fucked, bro. This video is insane.
When the police saw the gun, the map, and the newspaper clippings, well, let's just say that the man had a lot of explaining to do down at the station.
A woman from Fort Worth, Texas writes in telling us how she got even with a former friend who owned a popular vending machine. She stuffed cotton way up into the change return slot. This had a twofold effect.
Yo, she's fingering it. You see her finger in the slot? She's like, tampon, tampon.
Cotton way up into the change return slot. This had a twofold effect.
Bro, she's fucking fingering this coin slot, not just like jamming it up in there. She was like, bang, 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 bang. She did like 6 in and outs, bro. And she's got the finger up there like she's rubbing the clit. What the fuck?
She stuffed cotton way up into the change return slot. This had a twofold effect. One, it upset her former friend's customers because the machine wouldn't return their change. And 2, when the woman returned a few days later and pulled out the cotton, she
got all the money. Bro, this is cooked.
the jackpot.
She had a whole $2.48.
First things first, the mailbox. Easy pick.
The mailbox. Second thing, you're gonna want to get invisible ink. This guy's literally no, that is a technique, bro. That's what I'm saying. That was crazy. That was like way too accurate. That was way too accurate. And also, I think this guy's literally gonna detail your plans. He's just talking about the mailbox. Get some invisible ink. right, Chinese words.
Everybody has a mailbox, and everybody reaches for their mail. Who says you can't put more than mail in there, huh?
Who says you can't put mail in a mailbox? Everyone's got one. Who says you can't put your dick in a mailbox? Who says you can't fucking put a bomb in there, blow him up? The next time his wife comes home, he goes to grab this fucking Sunday paper. Kabloo! Into smithereens. I'm pretty sure that's what the Unabomber did.
How about some pancake batter, motor oil, Jell-O, pudding? Anything can go in there. Just close your eyes and think of something nasty you wouldn't want in there.
Pause. Close your eyes and think of something nasty you wouldn't want in there. He said, pancake batter, motor oil, Jell-O, KY jelly, petroleum jelly, all kinds of different lube, used condoms. My mother's used tampons.
Jell-O.
My mother-in-law's meatloaf. Click, click, click.
Pudding. Anything can go in there. Just close your eyes and
Bill Cosby pudding. Bill Cosby's date rape pudding.
think of something nasty you wouldn't want in there. Get the picture? And another nice thing about the front door, most front doors have a mail slot. And you know where mail slots go? The living room. That's right. Now, you only do this if you really...
Most houses have a slot. I got one in my home right now. People call her my wife. The mail slot. You know you can stick them there?
Let's go. The living room. That's right. Now, you only do this if you really want to get back at your newfound friend here.
You put an Uzi through the mail slot and shoot up his living room.
Because a lot of times they put hoses right next to the front door. And you know what you can do with that hose? You can run it right into the mail slot right there.
Yeah, and make sure it's running carbon monoxide before you put that hose in there. The carbon monoxide poisoning. Oh, so this is fucked.
There. You turn it on, you split the scene. Captain Happy comes home and he can paddle his way to the telephone.
Captain Happy comes home. Good thing you're gonna flood his house just because you're jealous of his happy life. You're a loser. You have nothing going on for you. You've been picked on your whole life, and he's happy and successful with a good-looking wife. So, and you're mad. So you're gonna flood his house. Like, okay, Steve, what the fuck?
Well, you can get that bottled water guy. Leave a message from the mark saying, "Hey, stop making nice with my wife. I know what you're doing. I'm on to you.
I'm on to you.
Hey, there's thousands of things you can do.
Hey, I'm on to you, eh? We're making nice with my wife. I'm on to you. I'm on to you, Jack.
With messages. Be creative. Have fun with it.
Have fun with it. Be creative.
Looks like Captain Happy's problems go back a few.
Yeah, I say Captain Happy, bro. This guy's from the fucking 1800s. What are you talking about? Captain Happy here. Is your mark a ghost? Is your mark a ghost from the 1700s? What the fuck? And then over here is like, it's Bertha, or no, it's Meredith. Meredith.
Generation.
This guy's name is fucking Billion Longsfellow.
So?
Look, he's like, even his ear, his fucking bow tie's crooked. It's crooked. So is his ears. Crooked. Crooked like a cricket.
The kitchen is a limitless source of retribution.
We got a list of bullies like Steve Buscemi and Billy Madison is actually fucking hilarious. For real. For real.
Neat little things I like to do is switch the labels on the canned goods. Peas, carrots, onions.
Switch the label so when they think they're getting corn, it's really kind of it's the carrots instead of the peas. It's the onions instead. Made you cry. It's an onion.
With other kinds of canned goods, things like menudo, corned beef hash, dog food. Imagine this.
Dog food, bruh. He said, I switched the beans with dog food. That's gonna ruin his fucking Tuesday night.
Surprise when you Open up what you think is a can of salmon, and there's nothing but dog food in there. Pretty good gross out, don't you think? Now, when most people open the refrigerator, they expect to find food inside. What if you got there ahead of your mark and, say, put some dirty laundry in there, huh? How about that? Look at this. Quite an impressive little fruit salad, huh? Oh, what do we got here? Oh, it probably belonged to the pool man, huh? Wait a minute. What do we got here? Ooh, little breeding room in there, don't you think? Well, if that doesn't gross them out, you could probably think of 1,000 other things that will. All inside the fridge. Think about it. Get the big picture, huh?
You know, my favorite act of revenge is really the oldest one in the books, but I love it because of the payoff. All you have to do is call your mark as many times as possible during the day or the evening. And every time you call, you ask for Peter or whatever name comes to mind. After 4 or 5 times.
Oh, he's like blurring his face out. Like he's like, you know, I'm the king of revenge, so I need my face blur. But also, hold on. This guy, he was saying, he's like, if you get there before your mark, get where? Inside their house? To do this, you have to break into someone else's house to switch the labels. Like, you know, how the severity changes so much too. Like one person's literally destroying someone else's life by framing them for crimes they didn't commit. And then other ones like switch the fucking peas with the onions. Like not as crazy, but you have to break into someone's house to do so.
To the pool man, huh? Wait a minute. What do we got here? Ooh, little breeding room in there, don't you think?
Yeah.
Well, if that doesn't gross them out, you could probably think of 1,000 other things that will. All inside the fridge. Think about it. Get the big picture, huh?
You know, my favorite act of revenge is really the oldest one in the books, but I love it because of the payoff.
I love it.
All you have to do is call your mark as many times as possible during the day or the evening. And every time you call, you ask for Peter or whatever name comes to mind. After 4 or 5 times, the mark is going to be a little irritated. After a dozen times, he's going to be pissed off. After a couple of dozen times, he's going to be...
Like, who the fuck you keep calling looking for Peter? Peter's not here. Ain't no Peter here, pal.
Violent. Now, you stop calling about...
He's going to be violent. And that's when he gets home and he beats his wife.
10 o'clock at night. You wait until about 2 or 3 in the morning, and then you call him up again and you say, "Hi there, this is Peter. You had any phone calls for me today?"
Bro, he looks like a fucking alien distorted here right now. So call him all day asking for Peter. Then at the end of the night, say, "Hey, it's Peter. You got any messages for me?" Like, it's fucking retarded. It's not even a good one. What the fuck? Hey, it's Peter. Any women looking for me earlier? What? He's a fucking cooked, bro. And like, how many? He said this is his favorite one. Like, how many fucking acts of revenge have you had to get on people, bro? Like, I don't understand. How many? These people just have a list of nemesises, like fucking longer than a Chinese phone book.
I know that it's silly, but it's still my favorite gag.
Oh, I suggested that one night he get a cement truck, which we did.
Get a cement truck. You go over, and when his wife's leaving for work one day, you drop it all. You drop the whole hall, so she's cemented in place like Han Solo frozen in carbonite. Now he's going to be trying to save her life. Meanwhile, she's not going to be able to open the car door until the pressure is. It's like, bro, what the fuck? These people's plans are just like, these are just lunatics. These are just fucking lunatics who don't know how to just be like, oh, okay. And, you know, live their life.
We went over to the house, and there was the car parked in the front with the top down.
I knew it. Yeah, you're gonna pull up to the car and drop a bunch of fucking cement in that car. Like, I have to ask, like, what did they do to you? What did they do to you for this to be the revenge? Like, did they fucking kill you? Like, they kill your fucking your daughter? Like, literally. This dude's so damn lame. Any messages for me? Like, he definitely hitting his wife right now. Facts. That's a fact. And the guy he's calling, Peter. It's like, he's like, Peter, what's happening? The guy he's calling, you can tell all these dudes are lame. They're all just fucking jealous of the other guys that are like, that guy walked in with that baddie, you know? And little fucking nerd here was just like, man, I'm going to frame him for committing crimes. Like, Wow, cool, bro. Cool. Like this guy break into their house and switch the shit around. Like,
wait a minute.
Total fucking weirdos. You could tell by the attire too. Like, bro, come on. What, this guy stole your wife or something? This guy. Let's hear the end of this cement truck story, though.
Which we did. We went over to the house.
Which we did.
And there was the car parked in the front with the top down. So what did he do? You pour the cement into the car, right up to the top. I guess you could say that their relationship was cemented.
That relationship was cemented. Okay, so you were jealous about your wife left you for another dude or something. Like, that's all. There's just a bunch of dudes that are mad their wives left them. So they're fucking plotting revenge. This is insane. Fucking insane.
I guess you could say that their relationship was cemented.
Cemented.
Excuse me. Hello?
Yeah, is this Linda Blair?
Yes.
Is this Linda Blair?
Linda, my name is Rick. Listen, I was driving down the street past your house a few minutes ago, and I saw some smoke coming from your house.
Oh my gosh! Oh well, thank you for calling. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, I have to go. I hope you had fun. Bye.
He's like, it's Peter. Peter got you again. Cemented as a bar.
I guess you could say my client finally came out on top.
Boy, I'd have to agree. Imagine that, breaking up a marriage to the U.S. mail. Amazing.
Imagine ruining someone else's marriage. Like, for why? Why though? Oh, this is the whole how to get revenge, the whole clip. Is there like another one? Like, one perfectly evil, satisfying ways to get revenge on someone? What the fuck? Yikes. Hold on, let's watch. I want to see more now. I want more. Just gonna play or what?
Countless pieces of wisdom. One in particular deserves quoting.
Yeah.
From people just like you, Atlas. So what?
Oh, okay, hold on. The guy flipped you off in traffic.
The other lane won't let you.
Yeah, you! Woo! Come on! Yeah, you!
So what?
Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Hey, come on. Like, what the fuck?
And the other lane won't let you.
Yeah, you!
Yeah,
Come on! Yeah, you!
So what do you do to get even?
You murder their entire bloodline.
Well, when he tries to merge into your lane, you block him out.
And cause a 42-car pileup where a bunch of innocents get killed.
Now you've had your revenge. Ever since childhood, we've been practicing some form of revenge. Remember as a kid, ordering a pizza by telephone and having it delivered to another kid's house that you disliked?
No, I don't. I've never done that, actually. That's retarded.
Unfamiliar? Or maybe you remember this classic bit of adolescent revenge.
Yeah, okay, the dog shit one. Okay. I'm just trying to see some of the ones we didn't see.
Few examples, huh?
Few examples,
Let's talk about friends.
I'm P.I. Quinn Vickers. P.I. Quinn Vickers. I got a few for you.
I had this client whose best friend came to him and talked him into investing in a real estate scam.
A real estate scam.
Came to him and talked him into investing in a real estate scam.
A real estate scam.
$10,000 talking. He promised my client that he'd get a 75% return on his money within 3 months. And being that they were good friends, well, my client didn't think that his friend would screw him. Well, he sure did. And the worst thing that happened was that when he found out that his so-called friend had made approximately $3,500 on the deal. And that's when my client first came to me.
What did you have him immediately do?
Immediately, nothing. Not a damn thing.
Uh-huh.
You see, the secret with revenge is patience.
Yeah.
Patience.
Facts.
If he were to act right away, his so-called friend would have caught on. And he would have called the authorities or done something in return to my client. And that would have meant he won again, and my client loses again. So you wait. In this case, I waited a couple of months. Then I hit him on several levels.
Hit him on several levels.
Took a death certificate, whited out the former info.
Yeah, I took a death certificate. What the fuck? Bro, where is this going?
Filled in his name there, and along with a letter stating that I was...
He stole this dude's like identity. He stole his identity. I took a death certificate.
His wife. I sent the death certificate and the letter off to the Bureau of Internal Revenue and the Social Security office.
Oh my God.
Next year comes tax time. He's screwed with the Internal Revenue. Down the road a ways, when he wants to change jobs, he's screwed again. And way down the road, when he finally wants to collect, no Social Security benefits.
I mean, but you also gave him an out to where he can fake his own. You faked his own death for him. So there's also ways he could work around that to his benefit.
Hit him in the pocketbook, eh?
Better yet, hit him while he's down. After all, my client wasn't the heavy here. He was just trying to even up the score.
He wasn't the heavy.
Next, I made appointments for this punk with several professionals, doctors, lawyers, dentists, you name it. And I'm talking dozens here. So when he doesn't show up, he's got a lot of pissed off professionals. Not only that, several of them, as you may well know, will bill him for not showing up.
Ouch. I'd sure hate to be him.
Yeah, so would I. But remember what the Bible says, an eye for an eye. Remember, this guy did my client in. Okay, then I finally topped off the whole escapade by severing his marriage.
Jesus.
This took a little work, but it was worth it. For several evenings, I waited outside of his home and watched to see if he'd leave home at night and at what time. Eventually he did, and I noted on what day and what time. I then waited until he returned and made note of that time. Once I had proof of one of his evening treks away from home, I purchased an inexpensive woman's shoe from a local store.
An inexpensive woman's shoe? Just one? Just what? What are you fucking Ed Kemper? Like, I don't know. What was the other guy? What was the other killer that was like obsessed with women's fucking shoes and shit? I can't remember.
Treks away from home. I purchased an inexpensive woman's shoe from a local store.
What the fuck?
I then wrapped it in a small box. Then, using the letterhead of a local hotel, which is free, available in most hotel lobbies or rooms, I typed a letter saying the following: Dear Mr. and Mrs., and I put their last name in there.
You left this shoe at our hotel. Wow, this is so fucking devious. It's insane, bro. What the fuck?
When the two of you were here on the evening of...
on the evening of...
I left home. Your wife forgot her shoe. Here it is. We'd appreciate the return of $2.50 for postage. Thank you. The management of... And I typed in the hotel's name. Anyhow, to make a long story short, the upshot of the downshot is that his wife finally files for divorce. He has to sell the home, the cars, the stocks, everything. I guess you could say my client finally came out on top.
Boy, I'd have to agree. Imagine that, breaking up a marriage to the U.S. mail. Amazing.
Imagine that.
Vengeful manner. And to give us a few examples is Detective J.M.
J.M., bro.
Detective, could you give us some examples of...
This is insane, bro. It's all insane, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's all fucking insane.
Revenge by mail.
Revenge by mail is only limited by the person's imagination. For the most part, the
But,
examples...
you know, as someone who was just the victim of an insane revenge plot, you know, it's like, Jesus Christ, bro. The fuck?
So let's get to it. One of my favorite pranks is very simple, but very effective. It can be a real pain in the butt. What you do is go down to your local post office, get a change of address form, fill in the victim's name and address, and the new address. It can be anywhere your heart desires, from around the block to around the world. And if he also receives gifts or valuable items in the mail, I suggest making the local Salvation Army as the new address, or any other place which might benefit from such items. Another way to create havoc and also make your victims shell out money is to look through magazines and catalogs. There are a lot of expensive items in there that can be bought now and paid for later. So order as many expensive items as you can and mail it to your victim's address.
Bro, you look like you have many victims. This guy looks like he wears the skin of multiple victims.
Another thing to do is to join these Book of the Month clubs, Wreck of the Month clubs,
Book of the Month,
whatever of the Month clubs. Ever try to get off one of those lists? Can you imagine being in 10 of those lists?
I'd like to play a little game with you, if that's all right. I'll give you a situation.
I'd like to play a little game with you. I'd play a game with Linda Blair.
I'd like you to respond with a method of male revenge that you would recommend.
Okay, shoot.
Let's say the Mark is a family man. You know, a wife, 2 kids, a dog. What can you do to disrupt the entire family as opposed to just the Mark?
Jesus, why? Why would you want to do these things? I don't understand. Just get that person. Like, what if you want to fucking ruin his whole family? Like, these people are cooked, bro.
What can you do to disrupt the entire family as opposed to just the Mark?
Put them on offensive mailing lists.
Yeah.
Pornographic mailing lists, such as pornographic magazines, pornographic merchandise. Put them on the Communist Party's mailing list.
The Communist Party. He'll be fucking hanged for treason.
Hundreds of mailing lists you can put them on. What husband wants his kids looking at this stuff? And
sign him up for ISIS. Make it look like he's a domestic terrorist. Build a bomb. Put it in his garage, and then hack into his computer and watch fucking Taliban videos every day. Make your own disguised as him to make it look like these are fucking insane levels of fucking depravity, bro.
For that matter, what husband wants his wife thinking that he subscribes to these lists? Another thing you can do is send your Mark's wife a pretty box of chocolates and a note saying how much he loves her and all like that.
And all like that.
I'm confused. How can sending a box of chocolates and a nice note to the Mark's wife get him in trouble?
Did I forget to mention mixing chocolate laxatives in with the candy?
Well, I thought you were just going to say because he would know he's not the one who sent the chocolate, so he would be like suspicious of what guy is sending you chocolates. But this guy just like poisoned them. Did I mention rat poison? Send him a box of edible arrangements and make sure you put cyanide in there.
I guess you did. Well,
I'm pretty sure someone got the idea of the Tylenol murders from watching this, bro. Someone got literally the idea. I was like, oh, yes. I will put tainted bottles of Tylenol, each encrypted with bits of cyanide, and I will put them on store shelves, and I will reseal them. Because I know my victim likes to shop here and often gets headaches. And it's like, okay, what if all these random other people just so happen to buy it? Collateral damage. It's like, the fuck, bro?
That ought to flesh out the situation. Okay. How about if your Mark is a businessman?
Send the sexually perverted magazines right to his office. Can you imagine the looks he'll get when he gets his stuff right on the job? These bizarre toys and sexually perverted magazines? Should be quite a thrill. By the way, there are dozens upon dozens of homosexual and bisexual magazines available today.
Yeah, bro. This guy's fucking insane. Mark's place of
or his girlfriend.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Try this. Get some printed invitations made up, announcing a Sunday afternoon brunch to your neighbors, announcing the date, the time, the directions, the whole enchilada. The fancier the invitation, the better. Mail it to his people at work, all the neighbors. Then
all
sit
the
back
neighbors.
and watch the hassles begin.
Not that I want to know, but how can you ruin someone's marriage or love relationship?
Here's what I learned years ago. If the Mark is a man, just type a letter up saying, Dear Deborah, my name is, and put the Mark's name there. I saw your ad in Swingers Bazaar this last week.
I saw your ad in Swingers Bazaar.
And I'm hot to trot. I'm anxious to get
it on.
But you can't reach me by phone because I'm married. but you can reach me at the address on the envelope, but mark it personal so my wife doesn't see it. Put that letter in an envelope marked Deborah Lawson, care Bizarre Swingers ad, box 1268.
Deborah Lawson, care Bizarre Swingers bud. I backs 12608. Like, bro, this is way too in depth. Way too in depth. You did this before. You've done this before, haven't you?
Charleville, Arizona. Of course, there is no such address, so the post office will return to the Marks' home. And sooner or later, the Marks' girlfriend or wife is bound to discover it. And then the fireworks begin.
What else can you send in the mail that will irritate your victim?
Things that smell. I mean, things that really...
I mean, a lot of these are just ruining people's marriages. Like, why? Why?
Stink. I mean, animal droppings, human droppings, overripened fruit and vegetables, fish. Imagine what a week-old fish smells like. It smells like Boston in the summertime.
Ah, hey, fuck you. A week-old fish smells like Boston. Smells like Boston in the summertime. Yeah, it smells like your wife.
Fish.
Week-old
Imagine what a week-old fish smells like. It smells like Boston in the summertime.
Well, Detective, thank you very much for your suggestions.
No, you're welcome. Oh, by the way, when do I get paid for this?
Ah, don't worry. The check's in the mail. Now let's rejoin investigator Quinn Vickers, who has a visitor with an interesting story.
Common fact of life that there are those people out there, a small number, but nonetheless they're out there, those who feel that they have to stress their superiority over others.
Yeah.
Some do it at their work with fellow workers, some do it at sports, on the athletic fields, some do it in their love life. Yet there are just a few who feel a great need to stress their superiority over decent, honest, basic human beings, such as my client, Mr. Harold Jerriman over here.
Harold Jerriman. Yeah, we've seen this one. Like, well, my revenge was the nerdy guy's revenge. Okay, what's next? Let's see.
Telephone. And it so happens that this is the revenge seeker's greatest ally. And here to enlighten us on this subject is Officer PF, whose looks we have electronically altered to protect his identity.
I'm going to be demonstrating several methods of phone reprisal using my own personal phone. Now, some of the techniques that I'm going to talk about can be done in your home, but some of them are going to require the use of a payphone, and I'll explain that as we go along. Now, first of all...
Because the FBI is going to be tracking the call, and you don't want that to be coming back to your house. You want that to be a random payphone off the fucking exit of a highway.
If the prank you're going to pull requires you to talk to the mark yourself on the phone...
It's like, if you're Mark's a log haul trucker, mark down every single state he's in and when he's there, and murder someone in every state that they're at, and then write a book about it, claiming them. I've, of course, done this to Garth Brooks myself.
And the mark recognizes your voice, then I suggest that you use a handkerchief placed over the mouthpiece of the phone.
Or just do an accent. Use a handkerchief so they will not recognize your voice.
Now, I know that you've seen this in millions of movies and TV shows, but the fact remains that it works. Now, before we get even with that certain low life in your life, let me just ask you a little question. What is the most valuable possession that a human being has? You give up? The answer is time. Time is precious. Don't you just hate it when somebody wastes your time? And time is money, too. So, when you get a mark to waste his time, you're getting him in more ways than just one. Now, I've found this particular routine to be very effective when the mark is married or living with their lover. Now, if the mark is a man, you get a close female friend of yours, like my friend Monica here, to help you out. Now, if the mark is a woman, obviously you're going to do just the opposite. Now, let's assume that the mark's name is Bill. Now, when Bill leaves home, you get your female friend to call up his home phone number, and when his mate answers, you get her to say something like this.
Oh, hi. Is Bill, never mind.
Then you have her hang up the phone. And this will definitely sow seeds of suspicion into Bill's relationship. And if you follow up with a late-night phone call, hanging up without speaking when the mate answers the phone, well, then you'll really foul things up a lot. If your Mark happens to be in a business where he meets customers in various locations, then don't disappoint him. Using a fictitious name, set up meetings at various locations around the city, in restaurants, and bars, and hotels. And then by the time he's traveled around town and he realizes that he's been burned, he's wasted lots of time and money. Monica, why don't you tell everyone what happened to you recently and exactly what you did about it?
Okay. I was working as a temp in this office, and I was only supposed to be there for a couple of days. And immediately I had trouble with this nasty tramp of a secretary who had been with the company for 20 years. Well, she told me I wasn't even competent enough to make coffee, and she complained about everything I did. Well, after 2 days of this, I had had it with her. So I phoned her boss. And when he answered the phone, I told him I was with a rival company and that his secretary recently applied for work with us. And then I continued on and asked him questions about his secretary, if she was good, had good work habits, etc. Anyway, to make a long story short, the boss, feeling betrayed, fired the woman. And guess who took her place?
Don't you just love happy endings? Now, a while ago, I mentioned that sometimes you need to use a payphone. And there can be several reasons for this. For instance, say that you placed a revengeful ad in the newspaper. Most newspapers will require you to leave a phone number so they can call back and verify that you're not just a crank caller. In much the same way that a restaurant that makes deliveries will require you to leave a home phone number so they can check and make sure that the order is legitimate. Now, one thing that you must never, I repeat, never, ever do is leave your actual home phone number, because this could lead to a lot of trouble. Now, here is one where you will definitely need to use a payphone. Call your Mark's spouse or lover and tell them that you are the spouse of one of your Mark's co-workers.
What the fuck?
Say that you have proof that your mates are having an affair. Tell them that you hired a private eye who has shown you photos that made you cry. And if the mate doesn't believe you, you say,
well, if you don't believe me, here's my home number. Give me a call.
Then give her the payphone's number and hang up.
What the?
When they call back, add a few more sordid details about the affair. Oh, and an emotional quiver in your voice when you do this. We'll just add.
These people are fucking sociopaths, bro. They're sociopaths. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with people? Just make up a bunch of shit. Just make up a bunch of shit to fuck with people. Why? Why would anyone want to do that? Huh? I'm asking. Genuinely curious. Why?
Details about the affair. Oh, and an emotional quiver in your voice when you do this. We'll just add to the realism. Now, let's toss it back to our host in the studio. Who will give you a rundown of my 5 favorite phone gags.
Number 1, call plenty of salesmen for an in-home sales pitch or demonstration. Number 2, start or cancel services to Mark's home, such as the gardener, pool man, cable TV service, etc. Number 3, order food from restaurants that deliver and send to Mark's home. Number 4, if you know any of your Mark's reservations in advance, call to cancel them. And number 5, call charitable organizations and donate goods in the Mark's name. This will cause much embarrassment when they arrive at the Mark's home. Interesting thoughts, to say the least. Now let's rejoin investigator Quinn Vickers, who is joined by a young lady with a fascinating story.
Oh, a young lady.
Wherever there's love and romance, there's also pain and deceit. Approximately 75% of my clients come to me with problems in their love life. Belinda here was one of them. Belinda, why don't you tell them about it?
Well, a couple of years ago, I was going to college to become a nurse.
Oh, yeah?
I did not think of myself as very attractive, was not very popular. And I met this guy at a pep rally. His name was Frank. And we went out, had a good time. and he asked me to go to a game, and later found out that he was the head cheese on the football team, as they put it. So anyways, we went out, we had a good time, had a great time.
Were you happy together?
Yeah, we were very happy together. In fact, we were so happy, I was hoping that he was going to ask me to marry him. And then Victoria came along.
Let me explain that Victoria was a very popular, attractive girl. She was also the head cheerleader.
I guess she just became attracted to Frank. She started hanging around with us a lot, and I really didn't know what was going on. And she became quite flirtatious. And then I got really hurt. I found out that she was sleeping with Frank. And then I got angry, really angry. And that's when I called Mr. Vickers.
I make it a point never to get personally involved with my clients, but, well, Belinda here reminded me so much of my daughter that I just had to get involved. Well, Belinda told me she didn't want to hurt Frank. She felt he was just being victimized by Victoria. So we planned our attack directly at Victoria. The revenge was aimed at her. First thing we found out was that Victoria had dated several guys around campus. An awful lot of them were on the athletic teams on the university. So then I had Belinda set up an appointment at the free clinic for an examination.
Well, this was great because not only did I get a free pelvic, but I also got a free examination. And while I was there, I got a letterhead from the free clinic, at which point I brought it back to Mr. Vickers and he told me what to do.
I had Belinda find out the names of the various athletes on the, well, as a matter of fact, all the athletes on all the sports teams around the university. Then on free clinic stationery, I had her write a letter to each of them. The letter stated that Victoria had been to the free clinic and had tested positive for syphilis, and that each of them were sexual partners in this little peccadillo.
So on Friday, I sent all of the letters to the athletic department at the college. And on Monday, well, whoa. Needless to say, the athletic department would have nothing to do with Victoria. None of the students would have nothing to do with Victoria. No one would touch her. No one would talk to her.
What the fuck, bro? This is
She
insane.
was treated like she had the plague.
These people are fucking insane. Oh, I made it look like they had syphilis. Send male strippers to the home promising payment at their service. Yeah, never going after a cheater you were with, but hitting the other person. Yeah, bro, it's fucked. It's fucked. It's fucked. People are fucked. You know? People do weird shit. They sit there. I'm gonna blame this person for everything in my life. And they fucking do weird shit. God help them. God help them.
Which pleased me to no end.
So tell them what ultimately happened.
Well, after 2 weeks of humiliation, she transferred to another junior college and again became the head cheerleader. And she had her jollies for a while until
She became the head cheerleader and she was doing like. This sounds like these people are just jealous, bro. People are just so jealous of these people. They're fucking obsessed. They become obsessed and do fucking absurd level things to try to make them look crazy. It's fucked.
again sent the same humiliating letter to the athletic department, at which point there was no more Victoria, and I have no one but Mr. Vickers to thank.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Vickers. Looks like he, Mr. Vickers was in your knickers. Looks like Mr. Vickers was in your knickers.
No one but Mr. Vickers to thank.
Well, stories like that certainly make my day. as do the talents of our next guest. His name is Mark Lewis. His occupation, private detective. His specialty, car revenge.
Now, probably the simplest way to aggravate your Mark is to tamper with his tires. And the simplest thing to do here would be to unscrew the valve cap and let the air out. Now, the best thing to do would be all 4 tires. But if you don't have enough time, make sure you do the front tires. That way it's hard to steer and your Mark can't drive off that easily. Now, a lot of people recommend putting glass or nails under the tires. But believe me, for the best results, let the air out yourself. Now, one thing that every car needs is gas. And this car is no exception. Now, if the situation warrants it, and you need to damage the engine, the best way of doing that is adding some things to the fuel, like baking flour, sugar, regular granulated sugar, or glue, epoxy. Now, this will certainly damage the engine, cost a lot of money, cost your Mark a lot of time, and it will certainly drive your Mark crazy. My clients are always asking me for an easy, efficient way of providing their Marks with a massive headache. Well, I have just the thing. A locking gas cap. Now, you can buy this gas cap in any auto parts store for a couple of dollars. What you do here is remove the unlocking gas cap and replace it with the locking gas cap. You just screw it on here, turn it, take the key. That's the important thing here. You have to take the key. Then when your Mark goes to fill up, he can't get his gas cap off. Provides a massive headache. Come with me. Okay, here's one that dozens of clients have tried, and it really works. Take a can of black spray paint, spray the headlights. That way your Mark will not be able to drive at night until he has them replaced. Now, did I mention what you can do with a license plate? You can remove it and hide it. Or better yet, replace it with an out-of-state plate. Now, while we're down here, way in the back is the exhaust pipe. What you can do with that is take a potato or some other solid object, stuff it into the exhaust pipe, and the engine won't start. Do that at night, and your Mark will be late for work. Now, if you're fortunate to get under the hood, there are...
No, like, all of this is fucking evil. All of it is evil. And the bitch in the beginning quoting the Bible, like, oh, the revenge. And I'm sorry. No. No. None of this is fucking, like, oh, vengeance. No, this is fucking insanity, bro. This is like loser, petty bullshit. Fucking with someone's vehicle, like, it's fucked.
A lot of things we can do here. Okay, let's start over here. This is where you put the windshield washer fluid. But instead of putting...
What you can do is cut their brake lines. On their way to work, they'll be trying to stop and they'll crash right into a tree.
the fluid, what you put in is cooking oil. What happens then when the Mark starts his windshield washers, oil goes all over the windshield, which attracts a lot of dirt and a lot of dust. All right, the next thing here we'll deal with is cooling system. The idea is to put substances in there that expand with water. Baking flour, pancake batter, or even paper mache. Now you can also put sand in here. Sand does not expand with water, but it will certainly do the job. Now speaking of sand, this is where you put the engine oil. Put sand in there and you will certainly damage the engine. Now, last little tip.
Why? Why? For what? Occult Demon Cassette is the name of the uploader. Nah, really? Hold on. Where does it say that?
The distributor coil.
Yeah.
Take one of these coils off.
Wow.
Put chewing gum up into the...
Wow. Well, there you go. That's why all of this is fucking straight evil, bro. No wonder why. No wonder why.
The coil, put it back on. Now that will cause the car to bulk, to possibly even stall. The great thing here, though, is when the Mark takes the car to the gas station to his mechanic to try to get it fixed, it's almost impossible to find out what's wrong with it.
Wow. Any so far any of these Marks, the victims in this, like, I would be on their side every time. Because y'all are fucking lunatics. Nothing but lunatics. It's fucked.
Now, you do not have to be a mechanic to do all these things. You just have to be a little mad.
You just have to be a little mad.
Aren't you glad he's not your mechanic? Whew. Now, let's check back with investigator Quinn Vickers, who has a few more tantalizing ideas to tease your vengeful mind.
Here's a few miscellaneous ideas you might try out in your marks. Sending a letter is a beautiful trick, and it works so simply. All you need is a plain piece of paper, and you cut out the letters from magazine or newspapers, right? You got to say, "Dear so-and-so," the marks.
Cut out the letters of magazines. What you do is you're making a ransom note. Because you're going to kidnap their fucking child. The fuck?
Name, "I know what you're up to." Now, if he's like most people, he's got something he's doing that he shouldn't be doing, and he's going to feel guilty, and he's going to wonder who knows about it. And even if he hasn't done anything recently, you're going to drive him up the wall wondering why anybody would send something like this to him. Now, if your mark is a member of the minority, you might turn him over to the Immigration Service. This is going to cause him hours and hours of endless paperwork trying to prove he's a citizen of this country. Listen to what one of my clients did.
I've been having some problems with my next door neighbor. I loaned her some money and, she just refused to pay me back. So I was getting a little irritated, and a friend of mine told me to call, Mr. Vickers. And I did, and he was very nice. And what he told me to do was call the Internal Revenue Service and tell them that she had a business on the side and was making money, and, she hadn't been reporting her income. So what they did was, when I called up, I told them that I was a concerned citizen, and
concerned citizen.
Later on was they called her in for an audit, and they decided to, go back 5 years and try to find out what happened to this money. And from what I gathered, she's been making, weekly trips down there, and I would imagine it's been a little bit of an inconvenience for her, but whatever. And I would think that she's probably there right now.
Always keep in mind that a newspaper is a great source for getting even. One of my clients placed an ad in the mark's name, advertising that he was going to have a big moving sale. Everything in the house going for 1/5 of its cost. And needless to say, he picked a time, a weekend, when he knew the mark would be home relaxing, right? The guy was inundated by bargain seekers, ruined his weekend, ruined his life. Another cute trick is to place an ad saying that you are the sucker and you have $50,000 that you're open to any and all investment possibilities. And of course, you include the mark's phone number. Well, needless to say, the phone will be ringing off the hook with all the cuckoo birds out there who have the great investment possibility. You want to make your mark real paranoid? Listen to what another one of my clients did.
My former boss fired me for no damn reason whatsoever. So I put his name on the obituary column in the newspaper. And making sure that he received it, I mailed it to him with a note saying, "Someone out there is watching you." Then I put an ad in one of those gay magazines and put his name and number. And that worked in several levels. First, it affected his marriage. Then every time that phone rang, I can just see how paranoid he really was. Just jumping out of his seat. Then just think of the cost of him having to change the phone number and contact all his friends. This guy really deserved it. I enjoyed it.
This guy really deserved it. What did he do? What did he do? Reject your advances? Like, what the fuck, bro? These people are absolutely fucking cooked. Absolutely cooked. This is the most demonic shit I've ever fucking seen.
Friends, this guy really deserved it. I enjoyed it.
You know, a newspaper is a great source for revenge. Be inventive. Check it out. You're going to come up with dozens of ideas of your own.
Mr. Vickers is right. You don't have to be an expert to create some wonderful revenge techniques. We've been receiving dozens of letters from people just like you, detailing some delicious bits of revenge.
Oh, that's the fucking lady who fingers the Coke machine, right? Yeah.
She stuffed cotton way up into the change return sign.
Ready?
This
Finger.
One, it upset a former.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Let's see what this Miami Vice villain. Let's see what he's up to here.
A man from Tempe, Arizona wrote in saying that his favorite prank is to phone his Mark from a payphone, preferably during the day. Then once his Mark answers the phone, the man simply leaves the payphone's receiver hanging off the hook, effectively tying up his Mark's phone line for hours until the phone company can reconnect his service. Keep those cards and letters coming in,
What?
folks.
Hold on. Wait. What?
The hook. Mark answers the phone, the man simply leaves the payphone's receiver hanging off the hook.
Okay, can't they just hang up on the other end? I don't understand.
Effectively tying up his Mark's phone line for hours until the phone company can reconnect his service. Keep those cards and letters coming in, folks.
Did that really work back in the day? Like, you could just hang up on your end? It would still be, like, connected to that call or something? Weird.
Question. Name the location where the average person feels most secure, most comfortable.
Their
Answer?
home.
Their home.
Their...
Naturally. After all, a person's home is their castle, right?
Yep.
The only problem is that none of us have a moat to protect us. Meet private investigator Kyle Pappenfuss.
This fucking guy.
He's about to take us on a tour of what one can
Kyle
do to a Mark's home.
Pappenfuss. His name's Pappenfuss. Bro, this is... Hold on. What kind of fucking name is that?
Have a moat to protect us. Meet private investigator Kyle Pappenfuss.
Pappenfuss.
He's about to take us on a tour of what one can do to a Mark's home.
Fappenpuss.
All right. First things first. The mailbox. Easy pickings.
Right.
Everybody has a
I got a
mailbox,
motor
and
on my
everybody reaches
shit.
for their mail. Who says you can't put more than mail in there? Huh? How about some pancake batter?
How about some pantyhose? Yeah, okay, we've seen this fucking guy.
Every homeowner takes pride in a really beautiful lawn. It's considered part of the pride of ownership of a house. Of course, to me, it's just a gigantic opportunity. You see, a little weed
To take a shit right on their yard.
killer in a bottle like this can work wonders on a lawn. See, it not only kills the weeds, it kills the grass. So you can spray this over and make all kinds of designs on somebody's...
You can make all kinds of mess. Jesus, bro. These people have no fucking lives, yeah.
lawn. As a matter of fact, you could even spell out obscene words. In a couple of weeks, when the grass dies, wham, you'll have trouble with the neighbors for the next month.
Yeah, you're right. Chink. His fucking Asian neighbor's like, oh my god. Oh my god. Racist neighbor.
Okay, we're at the front door. If you're really looking for a way to tick off your newfound friend, how about the doorknob, the keyhole? Some nice epoxy glue right in there. This is going to cost them not only aggravation, but money, too. And another nice thing about the front door, most front doors have a mail slot. And you know where mail slots go? The living room.
And the living room, yeah. Rub the fucking hose in there, yeah.
Now, while we're at the front door here, what better way to get to your Mark than by leaving a message on that very same door? Say he's got somebody working for him, like a gardener, a pool man, a bottled water guy. You can leave a message for them on there. Like for the pool guy, for instance. Say,
like for the gardener. Make sure it's highly racist.
a bottled water guy. You can leave a message for them on there. Like for the pool guy, for instance. Say, drain the pool and give it an acid bath. That's usually a couple of $100. Or better yet, for the gardener, those expensive hedges. Pull them out. Put in pumpkins or palm trees.
Put in pumpkins.
Or you can get that bottled water guy. Leave a message from the Mark saying, hey, stop making nice with my wife. I know what you're doing. I'm on to you.
I'm on to you.
If he has a pool and you can get access to it without anybody seeing you, whew, what a gallon of cooking oil wouldn't do for that pool.
Ooh, what a nice fucking steamy dump. Take a nice steamy dump in his pool.
Filtration system.
When that pool guy comes the next week, he's gonna be all kinds of mad. He's got to clean that up.
Hey, and when the swimmers come out, they have this beautiful glowing slime all over them.
Okay, you're into pissing on people, I see.
Now, if your special someone happens to have an air conditioning unit like this,
you can always put fucking smoke bomb. Put fucking mustard gas right through the vents.
buy yourself a nice little jar of salmon eggs like this. You can get it at any sporting goods store. Open it up. Oh, dump it in the main filter unit. And in a couple of minutes, they're going to think they're living in Newark.
Oh, I thought it was Boston.
Looks like Captain Happy's problems go back a few generations, huh? Well, if you get inside a house like
You
this,
get inside the house.
this is a heat thermostat. You want to turn it all the way up on high, especially on a nice hot day. And then you take some glue out and you pop it right in there so it stays on high. A couple of hours, they're going to have that sauna they've always dreamed of.
Okay.
The kitchen is a limitless source of retribution. One of the neat little things I like to do is switch the labels on the canned goods. Peas, carrots, onions, with other kinds of canned goods.
Yeah, we saw that part. Right? Quite impressive. The bull band. Okay, what's this about?
Finally, here's what my father taught me. Now, if the house has a dishwasher, and these kind of cupcakes usually do, you just open
Kind of cupcakes. These
you
kind
get
of
all the
cupcakes.
good dishes, and you jam them inside. And then you get a packet of dye, just like this. And you stuff it inside. You shut it. You let it mix around, and their whitest china is going to look like a Rorschach test. Well, that's it for now, kids. Just remember, trashing your enemies can be a lot of fun.
Thanks, Kyle. And now to wrap things up, let's pay one last visit to our experts as they tell us their favorite act of revenge.
My sister's husband one day just finally decides to leave. Takes her off to the Bahamas with some other chick. Then he sends her a letter about 3 weeks later saying he wants a divorce, but he needs money. He tells her to sell their 1986 Porsche. She can keep half as long as she sends him the other half. So she puts an ad in the paper. Brand new 1986 Porsche for sale, $10. The phone rang off the hook. First guy that comes along, she sells it to him for $10. She keeps 5 and mails her husband the other $5.
Yo, it's just fucking just evil. It's just fucking evil. Like $10. Hey, dumb bitch, like you could have got way more money for that. Like, it's just stupid. It's just dumb.
She
fucking broads. Broads are so stupid.
Keeps 5 and mails her husband the other $5. But the topper is she starts dating the guy that she sold the car to.
Oh my God.
Ends up marrying him. She gets a new husband and gets to keep the Porsche.
What the
You know,
fuck?
my favorite act of revenge is really the oldest one in the books, but I love it because of the payoff.
So literally, the first guy that came to her house for $10, she started fucking. Okay.
What they have to do is call you Mark as many times as possible.
Oh, yeah, it's the Peter guy. Like, whatever, bro. It's a terrible one.
Don't tell my wife. Look, let me tell you my favorite revenge story. Just happened. A friend of mine, a construction worker.
Oh, the cemented, right? The cement track.
But I like it because it works so smoothly. I like checking the Mark's mail. I take out the bills every day. I do this for a couple of months. Even the ones, and especially the ones that are overdue and last notice. The funny part is the Mark won't even notice this is happening until the utility companies turn off his telephone, his gas, his electric, etc. And he'll have a lot of fun listening to those bill collectors pounding down the deadbeat's door.
He says he had to. The guy had a Porsche. I mean, she just sold it. She could have just kept it herself, like, and been with whatever guy. You know, I don't know. Okay, I guess I don't know you.
I had a buddy once who got evicted from a house he was renting. What buddy? It was me.
What buddy? It was me.
I wanted to get back bad. And he lived so far away, I thought I'd pull something off real sweet. So I decided to sell his house. That's right. It was really, really simple. All I did was call a real estate agent. Real estate agent comes down to the house. We sign the papers. I tell him, hey, sell it for half of what it's worth. I want to sell now. They make the deal. By that time, I'm out the door. I don't want to talk about what the final result was, but I wonder what happened to that down payment.
Yeah, I don't know what the final result is. You got arrested for fraud. You got arrested for fraud and had to give all the money back. You think that?
I'm out the door. I don't want to talk about what the final result was, but I wonder what happened to that down payment.
And then you find out that these different private investigators, guys, have just been talking about each other. They've just been doing this shit back and forth to each other the whole time. Plot twist. Shamalamalan. What the twist?
So there you have it. I truly hope that you have enjoyed this edition of How to Get Revenge. It has been our...
Oh, I know. I'm fully aware. Fully aware now I could get my revenge. And who knows? Who knows when it's gonna come?
pleasure to inform you of the options you have if and when you should find them necessary. It is also our hope that you will never actually have to use any of these methods.
Oh, really? Is that what you just taught everyone? We hope you don't have to use it. We just taught you every single way you could fuck someone over.
Excuse me. Hello?
Yeah, is this Linda Blair?
Yes?
Hey, Linda, my name is Rick. Listen, I was driving down the street past...
Hey, this is Rick. I just came in possession of a Porsche. I was wondering if you want to hop in the back, Linda.
your house a few minutes ago, and I saw some smoke coming from you.
Oh, it's like fucking 10 minutes of his black face. Wow. Wow, Bob Logan. That was absolutely insane. That was insane, but it was very, very funny at the same time. So I got to do a bunch of different voices, you see? Yeah, that was fun. This is kind of fun. Yeah.